Okay, so we spent last night here in Kazbegi at the Rooms Hotel. It was very nice.
Very luxurious, and
Yeah.
the view was
Yeah,
unbelievable.
as you could
Unbelievable.
see from our previous shots here. Anyway, so what we're going to do is now we're going to walk into Kazbegi, take a little walk, and then come back. Let's check it out. One thing we've noticed here in Kazbegi is that there are lots of cows, and the cows will just sort of walk through the streets. And last night coming back here, there was this huge crater. I'm not talking a pothole, I'm talking a crater that was in the middle of the road, and I'm surprised that our driver could get around it. But also around it were about 4 cows, and I was amazed that none of them fell into the crater. Weren't you, Tanya?
I was amazed.
It was incredible.
I was amazed we didn't fall into the crater.
It was amazing. But there are cows everywhere, and what they'll do is they'll just sit in the road, and they don't even care. I mean, there'll be maybe 10 of them or more just sitting in the road, and maybe they've left a little bit of room for you to for the car to make it by, but they don't care. They're not spooked. They don't. It's like, hey, I'm sleeping here. I'm laying here. You figure it out. Anyways, we're walking down into Kazbegi. That little village across the way there is Gageti, which is right across, and it's at the base of Mount Kazbek, which is this huge mountain, and then right next to the church that we're going to tomorrow. So let's take a walk down into Kazbegi and see what's going on a Wednesday morning. The Kazbegi area was part of the old Silk Road, and it still is a key destination or a crossroads. And you can see from this sign, Kiev is only 1,381 kilometers away. You can get to Moscow, 1,541 kilometers. Tokyo, 7,781. And if you're going to Cape Town, I don't know that Cape Town's on the Silk Road, but it's 8,926 kilometers. So this place is, it's hopping. Obviously, there's no international airport, but the road to Russia is just right over there, which is about 6 kilometers away. So here's Tanya trying to figure out where we are. She's got her maps program, and where are we going today? Abkhazia? No.
Russia.
Russia.
It's only 6 kilometers.
Oh,
from
okay.
here.
We'll skip Azerbaijan today. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Nagorno-Karabakh.
Exactly.
Not going there. Okay. All right. So here's Tanya. There she's. She's got her handy dander maps ME. Now I was. When I talked about the giant crater in the middle of the street, you may have gotten the impression that all the streets are like that. That's not true. Some of the side ones are, and that's kind of how we got here. But most of them are, like this one. They're regular paved streets. It's a very old town. It's like, what was it, 13th century, 12th century, Tanya? Something like that? Yeah. So, if you come to Kazbegi, you can do as we're doing, which is kind of unusual for us. We're staying at a very nice hotel, but a more normal way of accommodations is staying at guest houses, and there are a lot of them here in Kazbegi, and quite frankly, that's how a lot of this community survives. We're in downtown Kazbegi. Kazbegi is a very small town, but here is the Hotel Kazbegi right here, right along the main street. We've got mini markets. There is an ATM. That's a good sign. There's a Spar market down there. We're going to go into this other market right now and just see. It looks fairly modern. Let's see what's going on. and Joseph Stalin lives on in this bottle of red semi-sweet wine. Still a marketing gimmick. He's a brand. Almost everywhere you go, you'll see things like this. It's just here's an old church, and I think it's still being used. Certainly looks like it. And what a backdrop! These beautiful mountains in the background. Just amazing. Okay, we're going to continue walking down the road here a little bit. Tanya?
I was just taking a little rest in the shade.
Tanya's taking a break.
Yes.
All right.
I'm ready.
Tanya's ready to hit the road. Okay.
Sidewalk.
And actually this is the road. Okay.
Can you just imagine 6 months out of the year it's covered in snow?
Tanya just brought out a great point, if you didn't hear it. 6 months out of the year, this place is all covered in snow. I don't know how many feet, but it's amazing. It's virtually impassable and kind of closed down. And there was a town yesterday that we went by that is occupied by one family. Isn't that right, Tanya? And there's like maybe 13 people that live there, and they're there all winter long, and they're up on this inaccessible hill. If anybody gets sick or has an emergency, they've arranged for a helicopter to come get them. So there's a little bit of medieval times meeting the 21st century. Here's the Kazbegi City Hall, and they've got a couple garbage trucks or a garbage truck, looks like, that's here, kind of takes care of business. And one thing that we've noticed is, other than the fact that a lot of the cars and vehicles in Georgia are a little bit bashed in, Georgia seems to be the kind of the place where cars go to die from all over the place. And when I say all over the place, we've seen cars that are from Sarasota, Florida, Tokyo, Indiana,
Maine,
Stuttgart. I mean, and Georgia allows both right and left-hand drive, so it makes driving a little bit more challenging sometimes. But you'll see them everywhere, and some of them are, they're missing front ends or back ends. But as long as the car or the vehicle operates, that's okay. And it's a certain logic. Georgians don't have a lot of money, and so used cars come into the country and they serve a purpose. It'd be kind of silly to have a brand new high-end Mercedes or something. It's going to get bashed in sooner or later anyway. Let me just show you this one here. This is it's a Toyota Prado. It's a right-hand drive, so it probably came from Japan in the first place, or some other right-hand drive country. The back end's a little bit damaged, but this one isn't too bad. It's gotten knocked along the side, but this is pretty common. So, for example, here's a front end that on a Mercedes A-Class that is more or less absent, the bumper. But he's got his he's licensed, got his plate on there. Everything is okay. Right-hand drive, good to go. So Tanya and I will probably come to this little restaurant we just passed in a few days or so for some shashlik. Tanya, what is shashlik?
Well, shah means 6, and shashlik means 6 pieces of meat on a skewer.
And what kind of meat is shashlik?
It is pork,
Oh.
It's lamb, it's beef, chicken, but traditionally it's marinated lamb.
And 6 pieces.
6 pieces.
And that's the deal. Is that a Russian word?
Yes.
Okay, so, and we learned that from a fellow this morning, and
There you go.
named Nika. Nika ought to know, and Nika, I think, speaks Russian too, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's Georgian, speaks Russian. So now we know what shashlik is. I've enjoyed it. Now I know it's 6 pieces of meat on a stick.
There you go.
I'm going to have 2. Oh, no, okay, 1 for me, 1 for you. Okay. So I just wanted to point out that up here at Kazbegi, the vehicle of choice for negotiating these rough roads, and I don't mean in the street or in the city itself, but as you're getting out of town, is the Mitsubishi Mitsubishi Delicia, or Delica. I'm sorry, Delica. And you see these everywhere, and they're in, various states of decomposition. But here's two of them in a row. And a fellow the other day told me that every family has at least two of these, at least one anyway, so they can get around. And especially, I suppose it's helpful in the wintertime too, when there's so much snow up here. And here's a local person from.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Are you
Very good, very good.
Where do you drive today? Wherever. Oh,
Very nice.
It's very nice.
Ay, hola, Felipe Carga.
Oh, good. Are you from Kazbegi?
Yes,
You
yes.
are? Great. Good. Your name is
Zviat.
Viat.
Zviat.
Zviat. Zviat.
Yes, yes.
My wife Tanya. Oh. Ah. Oh, good.
Good.
Okay. Oh, horseback or auto tours.
Yes, yes.
Zviat.
Zviat.
Okay.
Yes.
My wife is Tanya. Tanya. Ruski name.
No,
Yeah. I'm Jay.
Jay?
Jay.
Jay.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice to meet you. Thank you. Bye bye.
you.
My love. See how that is? People are just so friendly. Zviad gave me his card here. He can do horseback or auto tours, whatever he wants. I wanted to point out something after that last encounter with Zviad, is that there really are no taxis in Kazbegi. There are these guys driving around if you can find them, but obviously there's no Uber or anything like that. So you either just walk, or somebody, or you have a phone number of somebody who has a vehicle that will do that. And it's all just, it's completely ad hoc. They'll take you up to the church, they'll take you to the waterfall. There's a number of standard tourist type places that they go to, and they'll take you there. And there you go. What do you think, Tanya?
I love it.
Tanya loves it. This is a good. Here is looks like an old Lada, and I'm sure it's still operational. They haven't even bothered to put a license plate on it, but if it's drivable, who cares? And it works. Yeah, like I said, it even has a front bumper to it. Yep, there you go. Here comes a Georgian cowboy down the street on his cell phone, ready to ride. So a lot of times Tanya and I travel on a budget, so we're having a fine lunch today of Pepsi, some peanuts, some cookies, and we're just kind of hanging out by the dumpster, and it makes it real easy when we're through with our Pepsi bottles, just toss them in there. Yeah, hey,
Don't want to be a litter bug.
don't want to be a litter bug, and no one was using this piece of concrete to sit on, or the rock that Tanya's on, so we just sort of claimed it and
Get to watch the cars.
get
go
to
back
watch the
and-
cars go by, and look at the pretty. Now this is a real 4x4 vehicle over here. This is what you'd want to have if you're going to go up and down the mountain trails. There's a Pajero. So the hotel we've been staying at for the last 3 nights is the Hotel Rooms Kazbegi, and has a very interesting history. This building was, during Soviet times, was a sanatorium, place of relaxation for the Soviet elite. It's 4 stories high, and it's been completely renovated. Actually, after the Soviet Union fell, it fell into complete ruin, and it was just totally ignored. And then in 2012, a hotel group bought it, put tons of money into this thing. All of the both interior and exterior is covered with native wood, and it's I guess it's what you call rustic luxury. The hotel rooms all have wooden floors. The wood has been gathered from different parts around Georgia. It's truly an interesting place. Probably the highlight of it is this huge veranda where people can dine and relax and look out over the valley and look up at Mount Kazbegi, or Spetsaminda as it's otherwise known. And here's the lovely Tanya. So how was your breakfast this morning, dear?
Oh, it was delicious.
Good. What did you have?
I had I had cucumber,
Oh, really?
tomatoes,
Yes, very popular.
freshly baked bread
Mm-hmm.
with raspberry jam,
Oh,
yogurt,
yes.
lovely coffee.
Wonderful. So, you must be anxious to leave here.
No,
No. Better book you for another couple weeks.
I love it here.
Ah,
Thanks for taking us to
Kazbegi.
Kazbegi. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.